And how do you give those pins out? I mean,
actually,
are they emailed?
We print them, and during the election day, they go to their respective precincts, and they will just show their identifications, and then the poll clerks will give their password to them. Yeah,
so that's like the voter's ID.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a digital voter ID in essence, because you have a PIN, and can you generate duplicate PINs? I mean, can somebody actually do that?
No.
Well, because the problem of the system when it's now running, mostly we run into mostly voter problems. They can't read their PIN.
They can't read their PIN.
Yeah.
Does that have something to do with astigmatism or what?
No.
No.
It's more of what font that was used for printing.
Oh,
so
okay. So like a CAPTCHA, you can't actually read what you're supposed to type in.
Yeah. Yeah. But the administrator, because our system, we have someone in the precinct to act as a technical volunteer. So when that happens, and worst comes to worst, that they need to regenerate a password, it's only the technical volunteer that can do that.
So you have a PIN, and you go to the Halalan website. So you actually just log on the internet.
Here's the interface of the login page.
Okay.
Then you just key in your student number and password.
Right.
And then click enter, and you will be redirected to the electronic ballot form.
Okay.
So in here, you'll just tick the checkbox opposite the names of the candidates you want to vote.
All right. No shading.
No shading.
Just a tick. Okay. But you actually use. I mean, you can actually vote from anywhere where you have an internet connection, right? You can just access the website.
Yes, but for implementation purposes in university,
you have voting centers.
Yes, and we only limit the computers that can access the website locally. So it's only computers inside the voting center that can access the.
So there's just a local area network where you have, how many machines do you usually have?
Well, it depends on the voting center itself. But usually we recommend a ratio of 1:200, one computer for every 200 students.
200 students.
Yeah.
All right. Is that like a similar ratio to what we had for the clustered precincts?
I don't think so.
They had much more in a clustered precinct. So actually, parang mahaba ba yung pila usually? Hindi naman.
Well, when I voted, I was lucky, so there was no line.
Yeah. You were ahead of the line. All right. So are you there?
So after you casted your vote, so you will click the submit ballot at the bottom of the electronic ballot form. Then you will be redirected to this review ballot page.
Can you overvote?
No.
So if you actually click on more than the required number of choices, what does it say?
Show a warning.
It will show a warning.
You already voted for the maximum number of allowable votes for that position.
And then it allows you to go back to reduce the number of choices that you made. So maybe just untick the excess boxes.
No, actually, it doesn't allow you to.
It doesn't allow you to.
Yeah.
It doesn't allow you to tick more than the the legally required number of votes. All right. So once you ticked out all your choices, you submit.
Then you will be redirected to this page. You can review your
choices.
Votes. Yes. Then at the bottom of this page, you will be asked to enter a CAPTCHA.
All right.
Is not
okay. It was.
That's a feature. You enter a CAPTCHA. All right.
For security.
To verify, just like your digital signature then.
Actually, you have two options here. You can choose to modify your votes again, and the other one is to finally submit your ballot. So you need to enter the CAPTCHA correctly to be able to submit your ballot. And after submitting your ballot, you will be automatically be logged out of the system.
All right. Now here's a question, an important question that most people are asking. Even in electronic voting, the cybersecurity experts are saying that the feature that should always be there, just to verify that the machine recorded your vote, that it was actually counted correctly, should be an auditable paper trail.
Yes.
So does this have a paper trail feature?
Yes, but it's not paper per se, because it generates basically an image of what you voted. So
and the image is still electronically stored.
yes, it's stored in based on what the configuration was. But as an added measure, the file name for that image is actually a hash of of the image itself. So
Yeah.
so it's an additional step.
And it's a secure copy of your vote.
Yes.
Well, think about Rice and JP, about what we had, with the PCOS machine.
Yeah.
The problem that the lawyers for Senator Mar Rojas are complaining about are the null votes. Supposedly, these machines did not actually read the votes for Mar Rojas, so did not record a vote, or may not have, recorded a vote for any candidate for vice president at all. Is that something that's possible with this system? That you could have a null vote, that it couldn't read what you ticked? That it wouldn't record what you ticked, even if it told you that, yes, these are your choices, and then you submit.
Well, in our system, no, because if you really don't want to vote for anyone in that position, you vote for abstain. So
there's an abstain box.
yes. So
that was what I was thinking of. They should have put an abstain oval in the ballot form, right?
Yeah.
So if they actually had to check in the paper tally, there would have been a specific number of votes or a specific number of tallies for abstain.
Yes.
So that's a feature that's in Halalan.
Yes. But the problem I can see with having an abstain, and it's something that we also encounter in our system, is that the users themselves, let's say for example, for councilors, you can vote for 12
councilors?
Yes, 12 councilors. And then some people, like they only want to vote for 3 councilors. And
leave the rest blank. Leave the rest unchecked.
They should leave the rest unchecked.
Right.
But some of them thinks that they voted 3, and then they can abstain. So essentially, it abstains your vote for.
It nullifies all the other 3 votes.
So
you can only abstain if there are only what?
If you're absolutely sure that you don't want to vote for anyone for that position. Yeah.
And in this case, you're only voting for how many people?
You can vote for max 12.
Maximum 12. All right. So never beyond 12, because the software will not allow you to go beyond 12.
Yes.
And if you abstain, everything else is voided.
Yes.
If you actually did tick some boxes. All right. Now, is that something that can be applied on a nationwide level?
Well, abstain the having.
No, I mean this kind of system. I mean, you look.
Okay.
It looks fairly easy enough that you actually have something already on the screen that you just click on the mouse, I guess, and then have a screen that tells you whether or not your choices are complete, and then you go submit it and have it digitally signed by your CAPTCHA, and that's that. So do you think that it's something that can be magnified to a nationwide application?
Well, if we have the infrastructure.
And what do you need, infrastructure-wise?
Well, basically you need computers that can access the internet. Yeah.
I thought you'd said you'd need swiveling screen laptops.
Really?
So you'd have the infrastructure. Would you need the same servers that they used for the people?